Hey there! This morning I woke up and I just felt an inspiration to share with you a message about trust. So I want to share with you the truth that I learned about trust. Okay, sometimes people say, I have trust issues. I have a hard time trusting others, as if that's their excuse to be scared, to remain scared. But do we really want to stay there? Do we really want to be that fearful person that's kind of a victim to the world, that kind of holds back and not do things, okay, and think everyone else is the problem? Okay, we don't want that, right? We want to move out of that. We want to be brave. We want to be trusting. We want to be empowering. We want to move mountains. If that's you, please stay with me and I'll tell you more about the truth about trusting, okay, what I learned. My name is Jade Baldwin and I help people learn how to do energy balancing with faith. Basically dig into yourself, your subconscious, and figure out who you are, and then empower yourself to change the old programming into new enlightened programming so that you can be a more powerful divine being on this earth. Okay, so let's talk about this trust. All right, so it comes from a lack of trust in yourself. Okay, that's what I learned. It's you not trusting yourself because you don't know who you are. Okay, and sometimes people say, what do you mean? I know who I am, but do you? Do you really know who you really are? Your divine powers, your divine potential, your purpose in life, who you are, and what you're supposed to do here. Do you know? Right? And we will only know when we tap into the divine power source. We will only know when we awaken to who we really are on that spiritual level. Okay, otherwise we'll keep searching and searching for happiness and never finding it. Yeah. So how do we get there? How do we get to that place where we know ourselves? When we have a relationship with Heavenly Father, when we love Him first, when we love Him most, okay, the powers of heaven will pour down upon us, and then we will awaken to who we really are. Then we will remember the things that we knew already before we came to earth, things that lay dormant in our souls. Okay. When we have a strong relationship with God, our Heavenly Father, then we'll be able to have strong relationships with other people. Otherwise, we won't be able to have great people skills. We won't be able to communicate what we feel, what we think, and our expectations to other people. And therefore, we perceive them as people who are imperfect and they let us down. And when they let us down, then you can say, oh, I can't trust people. People are no good. Because guess what? In the subconscious, we don't feel like we're good enough, okay? So when you know your divine power, when you know your divinity and your purpose and your potential, then you have access to divine wisdom, and you see people through that divine eyes, and you see their potential, and you see who they are, even if they don't know who they are right now, okay? And it drives you to love them, and it drives you to serve them. Okay, and when that happens, you will trust them. You will trust the divine inside of them to figure out stuff, to finally, work it out, because you have learned to trust yourself. And this is very important because if you're a parent, right, you need to learn how to trust yourself so that you can trust your children. Otherwise, you're sending the message to your children that they can't be trusted, that you're not confident in them, that they can't do stuff. All right, so important. Okay, so work on you. And when you learn who you are on that divine level, right, and you learn to trust yourself, you learn to harness your powers, hone your powers, and then create and manifest, then you can teach others to do the same. You can teach your children, all right? You will have that divine power and wisdom. You will know, okay, that you have an ability to pick yourself up, and even when you make mistakes, even when you're not perfect, you will know how to get back on track, because the heart is a compass and it kind of points us back to love, to joy, to faith, okay? And when it's off, you're experiencing divine discontent. And when there's that divine discontent, you'll be like, something's wrong, I need to change something. Okay, and eventually, even with our human weaknesses, with all our mistakes, we finally get it. We still make it back. Because you don't have to be perfect. You just need to have that perfect union with the divine powers. As much as you can, get back to that unity, get back to that one-ment. Okay, through the power of the atonement of Christ, we become one, right? And because of that, you have good intentions. You're always trying to be better. You will improve. And there you find trust. You trust in God. You trust in your divine powers and ability. And then you lend that trust to others. Okay, if you want to trust others again, this is where you start. Okay, we will never be let down, because we know that people are human. We know that the atonement covers their mistakes, but we also trust that they will try to do it again. Try again until they get it, and until they're better, right? So I feel an immense power of trust that people can change. People can find happy solutions. So I trust that even though my friends and my family are, all imperfect like me, that we all will figure it out. That's what I trust. So sometimes when we say we don't trust others, it's because we're saying they make mistakes, they let us down, they don't want our good, what's good for us, but it's really us that don't trust ourselves. It's really us that don't know that we are good. Okay, that's as simple as that. So trust that all things happen for our own good as well, that things happen for us, not to us. Do you trust that? Okay, so we are here to progress, and everything is rigged to help us progress and grow. And things seem challenging, but those things are for our growth and our progression. Do you believe that? All right. If you choose to believe that, you'll see fruits. Okay. So trust that this earthly experience is a school of love. That's what I tell people. How do you like that? It's a school of love. So if you switch your lenses and put on the lenses of, this is a school of love. All these lessons are opportunities for me to learn to be like Heavenly Father, okay? And love others, okay? And if you do that, then you'll see the fruit, okay? So trust that other humans are like you too. That, once upon a time they didn't know, and one day they will know, right? God's got this. He's got backups to his backups, right? We have the success mechanisms inside of us. If he is the intelligent being that he says he is, if he is the loving being that he says he is, then being super intelligent and super loving, wouldn't he prepare all needful things for our good and our benefits? Our job is to realign ourselves again, to recognize the divine discontent in our hearts and to realign ourselves. Again, how do we realign ourselves? We do that by recognizing the subconscious programming, the false beliefs, that we have. If people make mistakes, then they let me down. If this bad thing happens, then the whole life is bad. The whole world is bad, right? So those are the false beliefs that we need to get rid of, right? And the new beliefs, like the ones I mentioned earlier, like this whole life is a school of love, etc. Everything happens for me. Those are supportive beliefs, okay? So we learn how to recognize those things and realign ourselves again. And that's what I teach people to do, right? And our community continues to remind each other how to do that more and more. And the fruit is that we're happier, healthier, wealthier, and more empowered. So I tell people, check in with your heart, and if you feel peace, power, and purpose, right, you awaken to who you are, you keep on serving the world, right, then you're on the right track, right? Okay, so you're not a victim to things. You don't have that feeling of defeated, feeling hurt, feeling that things are out there to get you, and then your mind lists out all of the bad things, and it keeps listing. And when you talk to other people, the conversation is, oh, this and this and this and this and this and this happens, right? Listing out why things are not working out for you. Okay, let's not be defeated. Let's not list out limitations, hurt or confusion or offense, right? We are offended when we give other people power. And why do we give people power? Because we haven't intentionally chosen who we are, what we're anchored in, what we stand for, what our identity is. And we haven't chosen. Then when people choose for us and we don't like it, we feel hurt and we blame them. Really, we're stronger than that. We can say, I'm a powerful child of God. I know who I am. I know what I'm doing, right? And when people give their opinions, you say, thank you for the feedback, but it's okay. I'm going to continue to answer only to God and keep heading this direction, right? And I'll show you guys how to be happy, because this is the path of happiness, right? So we're never limited by situations, people, and things. That is empowerment, okay? So how is that doubt and that fear working out for you if you continue on that path? We think falsely that it'll protect us. Yes, some fears will, don't run across the road without looking. That's a good fear. But most fears are made up, okay? They're false evidence appearing real. So what happens is we keep on convincing ourselves that if we doubt and if we fear, we'll be safe. But in actuality, it continues to create problems in your life, right? And it hasn't worked out, so let's toss it out already. So let's go back to trusting, okay? If we want to do things differently, if we want the results to be different, we want to do things differently, right? So here on out, let's learn to trust ourselves by awakening to who we are. And when we learn to trust ourselves, we learn to trust others, and then we'll create communities, right? And the world will be so much more peaceful. People complain about the lack of peace and the troubles in the world, but we can do something about it, by creating peace in our own hearts and creating peace in our own communities with all the friends and the family that we have influence over. And guess what? That will start rippling out to the world. We have the power to do that. Okay, and it starts here, right? So my friend, I want to share so much more with you. I hope you join this movement, this community of mine here. I teach a wellness class every Tuesday night. This is US time, Central, 7 p.m. Okay, Central time, 7 p.m. I have a Zoom link on my website, on my events. If you can't find it, message me and I'll send you that link, okay? Please join me, and we will discuss this week. We're going to discuss how to stop self-sabotaging and settling for less in life. But we'll have different topics every week. Okay, so just stay connected to the community, and we'll keep on growing together, finding more peace and power and purpose in our everyday life, applying and integrating faith, and not just checking those boxes. Really bring that faith into your heart, so your heart is a magnet to attracting all of the good stuff. So if you're not attracting good stuff, then it hasn't been integrated into your heart yet. Okay, so don't kid yourself. So my friend, this is why I have the courses that I have, Energy Balancing with Faith course. Right now, if you join the course, I will give you the manual, which is the book, and the free workbook. Okay, I'll send it out to you. You can actually join at any time. We have semesters that we go through each week at a time, but you can always start and then go through it with us. Okay, everybody gets 10 weeks to finish the 7-week course, and once you finish that, you'll earn lifetime access. I help people discover their subconscious blocks and fears and patterns with essential oils. Some of these essential oils that they are drawn to can help them awaken to certain emotions which came from thoughts and beliefs that were misaligned, okay? And then we can realign those things. So I have books like this here. It's Using Gift to the Earth. Okay, it's available. It's pretty inexpensive and very affordable on my website, on Amazon. You can purchase it, okay, and start that process of healing and changing and having trust and faith, okay, and power, right? I have flip charts and even a journal, okay? And so every day you open it up and you find the inspiration for the day, and then you can write about it. So it helps you stay focused and train your mind. So today is the 13th. It says stick with it. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Okay, that's Thomas Edison. Anyways, using the cypress oil that says in here and this affirmation, you can write about this topic and help you stick with it. Okay, so we have a different topic, I don't know if you can see it, every day. Okay, so lots of these things I've produced to help you as part of my community to strengthen our faith and create more peace and power and purpose. So the message today is to learn how to trust, okay? And the truth about trust issues is actually our issue, not other people and their weaknesses, okay? It's about us not knowing who we are, not trusting ourselves, okay? And not realizing how much power we have, all right? So once you connect to the divine powers, you will know. You will just know. And it's accessible and available to all. All right. I hope you enjoy this message, and I hope this message goes to all the people that it's meant to go to. I'm really grateful that you took the time to watch this video and listen to me. Please comment below, tell me what you think about trust and trust issues. Okay. We need to change now and stop listing out all the things that has happened to us, and all our pains. We can face the pains and let it pass through us. Okay, our hearts are designed to break and to mend, and Christ is our master healer. He asks us to come into him with a broken heart and a contrite spirit, and he will mend us and make us whole again and make us new too. All right, so I truly believe that. And I wish you all the best, sending you love, light, and healing. I'll see you in another video. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.